Good evening, everybody, and welcome to round 4 of the SRL TCR League, the premium Friday night TCR League out there for what is the challenging Mid-Ohio round. So we've got a good 20 or 21 drivers taking to the track tonight for what will be some very close combat, some very precarious car positioning, which is going to be a challenge of man and machine. The 13 corners of Mid-Ohio is a bit of a sleeper circuit for a lot of people. It doesn't appear a lot in officials, but when it does, it's a good turnout. Just 13 turns, but each turn is important. A bit like Okayama, you've got to keep the momentum through as many corners as possible. As soon as you lose momentum in one, you're going to lose it for the rest of the lap. You can see weather conditions, nice warm 21-degree air temp. Track temps get into the 30s. We've got 51% humidity, a nice clear track with a decent wind from the southeast, if my memory serves me correct. I'll stick it on the screen for you there. It doesn't tell us. It's coming from the northwest at the moment, so it's not too bad. We're going to take you through the runners and riders from the championship stakes in a short moment. Before qualifying gets underway, which is in about 3 minutes' time. So let's have a look at the points before tonight gets underway. We'll start off with the AMs. So it gets the T1s on the screen there with my fat fingers. So, Scott Malcolm leads the way into this round 4 event with 109 points, and Paul Hurley in 104 will be keen to gain some traction on Scott there after Scott's coming around later. Paul missed, I think, last week, so be very keen to see if we can claim some overall victories in the class. It'd be nice if we could see that AM division hot up with some 2 fast drivers. In the Pro-Ams, we head to what is looking likely to be an almighty battle as the season gets even deeper, especially into round 4 this week. Cooper Akers leads the way with 222 points. Daniel Lewis 19 points behind and 203. Got Kev Ada 191 points, and he's charged very closely behind by Neil Stevenson. Greg Walters is also in the hunt there with 181 points. JB DJ 176 points. Mikhail Pasek 163. Didn't see him last week, so be keen to get back on that hunt for points. And Deck Crowder 146 points. Tony Walker and Stuart Gibbons rounding out the top 10 there. Lewis Delmont was 73. Matthew Downs on 50. Luke Jones 49 in that round, and Fraser Orphick 17. That rounds out the 14 runners and riders for that one. The pros, this is where there's a lot going on. And of course, it's done to right in the wrong position there. There we go. Logan McKinsey certainly starting out the blocks this quick there. Certainly charging out the blocks this quick. With 363 points, establishing himself as one of the favourites for the season. John Brown, second with 250 points, considering his Mugello round was the strongest. He did actually climb a place. Arthur Fertel's misfortune at Mugello didn't quite get the best results round last week's venue. Stays in 239. Sven Winter, we be keen to establish himself there as his new comer to the league of 212. Alan Delmont's a bit out of luck in his last couple of rounds, will be keen to get a good result on the board here. Bonacorsi is not looking likely to be on track here today, so he will be missing out on gaining any points. Tom Woodcock is here, and he again getting some momentum building for the rest of the season. Dan Mulder's not taken to the track now with Jake Corley or Wayne Douglas. So we're seeing a few games missing from the pros. which is a shame. But that's sometimes the way it goes. We are seeing Zach Liebold, I believe. No, we're not seeing Zach Liebold for this round. I can't see his name on the board as of yet. And here's Alacon, who we know is not finished the season. Alex Murphy was here last week, but not on the board yet. Let's qualify and get us underway for this round. So drivers keen to get out of the pits very, very quickly. Not into. No, he really doesn't like me doing that, does it? Did that last week as well. Like, nope, you're not allowed it. So let me just reload you. Okay. I'm going to go to the race. Qualifying is open. So it's going to be. Can't really place a favourite out of this round here at Mid-Ohio. There's a number of drivers here I think could perform well. I've seen drivers perform well in the past as well here. It's just trying to work out where people are going to slot into, really. Deck Crowver there. Big Walters, the next driver. We're just going to feature going around a carousel. We'll do some onboards again for quality to see what people get underway. The first cars come around to complete their outlap. Yep, there comes the first ones. The drivers going to a 1000th place on the grid. SDK just likes to do that while let's get everyone started. We see Deck Crowver rounding the keyhole, which is the top of the corner of Dan Lewis and the other Audi on track. Also rounding the keyhole hairpin. It's going to be a good overtaking point for a lot of drivers. You do carry a lot of speed into there. So just favour the bravest thing in Mid-Ohio. It's a tough track to overtake on. So you will see some forceful, robust and sturdy moves. Just thinking of the names I probably expect to see at the top here. You just expect to see someone Delmont at the top, along with Arthur Fertel and Logan McKinsey for the pros. For the Pro-Ams, anyone's have. Deck Crowver will know be strong around here, along with possibly Coupe Acres, a bit of an outside around here. Again, Lewis Delmont on track certainly can cause an upset, especially if he's running with his father, Adam, in the pros. Tonight, every car has the roof cam on board, so we can certainly take advantage of that. It's just not having the actual buttons open. There we go. Communications between desk and camera not there. So every class tonight, the Honda, well, every car, should we say, the Honda, the Veloster, the Elantra and the Audi have all got the PTZ on the roof of their cars. Should be designed to join in the close action as the race progresses. 4 minutes got to qualifying, and our Fertel just sits on top with a 1:29.9. So let's jump on board with the first of the programs then. So with the first of the pros, we are for Fertel as they get ready to start another lap very shortly. We'll talk ourselves round this 13 lap Mid-Ohio sports car track. Okay, so start finish line, not a particularly long one, but the grid does start a long way back along the straight, so a good run down. Turn one, no name, You want to clip that yellow curb and straddle it if you dare. Use as much curb on the exit as possible on the run up to keyhole, which is an uphill braking zone. So you do want to brake as late as you dare while turning in for the apex, which is off camber, and keeping that tight line through the exit there. That's keyhole, turn 2. Onto the back straight, which is a long kink in the middle. Nowhere near as fearsome as, say, Road America, as Arthur looks like he's backing out of this lap. We'll stay on board. He's letting Delmont bite. You got his turn 4, which is a tricky one. You want to get as tight on the curb as inside as possible. As I say, get yourself set up for his turn 5 left-hander, which is over a crest down the hill, and then another right-hander, which is again just not getting up to the full revs. Hit the curb on the inside. Don't run it wide. Then clip the curb on the left again up to full speed. Clip that curb on the right. Don't get too imbalanced with the right-hander if it's just Thunder Valley. Up the hill. Again, using all the width for not all of it. It's a tough off-track out there. Thunder Valley says 10 and 11. 11, you want to cut a little bit here. Not too much. You want to offset around the carousel, which is turn 12 and into 13. Very, very, very late apex. Get tight on the corner, cut a bit there, and cut across 13, which is the end there to come across the lap. Not going to be a fast one, but it was a good, tidy lap to see how that lap should be driven. Currently leading the pros, we've got Perams Mikuláš Pashak in his Honda. We'll jump aboard of JB DeJavo. He is currently the second fastest guy in the Perams, because we'll see it from an Elantra's point of view. So it's just on board with JB into turn 1. Again, clear back curb. He's not quite anywhere near it, but he's kept some momentum up through there. Elantra has some different characteristics of handling compared to some of the other cars. On the run up to keyhole. JB is currently second in the class with a 30.48, just 1/100th slower than Pashak, who is one place ahead of him. And then they're on the run down to the turn 4. Turn 3, they called it a 3, but it's more it is really on a straight there. A bit of traffic up ahead. Hopefully it won't get in the way of JB DeJ's lap here. Good, quick down the gears there. Don't want to over rev it too much. Let the momentum of your car flow through as you come into 6. This is the S's, as they call them. Again, tricky. You got to get your line just right, because you get one bit of understeer or slide, it upsets you for the next corner. Then you've got to basically back out of it and then ruin the whole sequence for the next one. There, a lot of correction there from JB on the wheel, but good pace maintained as they come through Thunder Valley, which is through 9, 10 and 11. Cut 11, turn 11 there, which is this one. So he just compromises himself over for 12 in the carousel. Car off on the wide there. We're taking the scenic route into the pit lane. Not one of the average cars. And JB DJ comes over the line to finish his lap. But nice tidy lap there. And we're on board with Scott Malcolm. He starts his lap through turn 1. He's in the Honda. This is currently the fastest AM, and also the championship leader in the AMs. He's currently running 17th overall on track with a 31.1. It's a tricky old track to get a good lap in as well. You know, look. At the moment, the best is a 29.6 by Arthur Fertel, 29.85 with Logan McKinsey and Delmont 29.88. There's 4 attempts back to Tom Woodcock. Cooper Akers has taken the pole for the moment with a 30.21 in the Perams, just 1/100th behind Tom Woodcock. It's a nice tight lap here from Scott. Coming through the S's. So you want to get as much cut as possible on these corners, because you find he just slides out. The track's getting hotter as well. But let's take a look at what the track is looking like on there. It's 40 degrees on track right now, so it's pretty toasty for everybody. Scott comes around to complete his lap. See what it gives him. So that's up 31.8, so it's about 7 tenths slower, but it just shows how important it is to keep that momentum going. We've got a couple of new drone cams out there today. We've got the drone cam at the keyhole and then the final sector. Just keep an eye on Scott as he runs through the keyhole section, which is here, with the new drone cam. A wonderful black, gold and white livery of Lumen Motorsports, which leads us actually swiftly on to the teams championship. We didn't really touch on that very quickly at the beginning, but we'll have a look at that now, if it lets me. There we go. There we go. Didn't want to play ball with me, really. Rudeness. Still won't let me do it. Go backwards. Come on. There we go. Alright, so SRL Green go into this final round. Sorry, fourth round on 456 points. Just average simulator team Vroom on 410, with the other average simulator team of Tryhards 377. Blade Designs 278. Next gen Green of 275, Altitude Esports single man team 239, as is Share Esports single man team 212, North Sim Racing also single man team 199. We've got the other just average sim racer team, sorry, Lumen Motorsport of 158. Nice gains there from Scott Malcolm. And in 10th place the other just average sim race team of the Pretenders, 154 points. And we've got Knock Racing of 46 and ADX Esports, who probably won't see again, on 40 points with Blade Designs 2. 13 points. No reps on track for Blade Designs 2 tonight. But we do have work going by result on track tonight, with Andy Littler making his series debut in the AM division. So we've got a good turnout there in the AMs. So we'll just see what Andy can do on his return to the league. Here he is. We'll join him on board there in his work guard by results livery. Hard at work. Definitely be hard at work behind the wheel there. Oops, wrong button there. There we go. Okay, we'll just get our screens all ready for you guys and girls. Ready for quality to end. We've got 3 minutes of quality. It's a minute, what is it, a minute 30 lap around here. Everyone is on track at the moment, apart from Stuart Gibbons and Deck Crowther. So the Blade Design teams have decided that their qualifying is done. Let's have a look. Anyone's pretty tight here. No one's running anything hot right now in terms of the settings. We're going for Arthur Logan upset Arthur Fertile for the pole. Not sure. Cooper Akers comfortably ahead still by 2/10 over Mikhail Pashak on that pole of the Pro-Ams. Do this with the timing tower so you can see the slits there between the different classes and where they sit. So Cooper Akers, Mikhail Pashak and JBG are top 3 in the Pro-Ams, and Arthur Fertile, Logan McKinsey and Delmont are top 3 in the Pros. Scott Malcolm, Paul Hurley and Andy Littler also in the top 3 there. Roll down the list there, we see a few names probably not where they want to be. Maybe it's Craig Walters, Lewis Delman, Dick Crowther, Neil Stevenson came out at the bottom end of the Pro-Ams. They'll be keen to get some better results because they're at the business end of the division. You see Logan backing out of his last lap. Ken Adam Delmont, who is on a slow lap at the moment, take pole with his final lap. Has he got time? I don't know if there's going to be time. It's not a fast lap over the line here. 30.6, and he has not got enough time. In fact, anyone coming over the line now is not going to be completing. Mikhail Pashak come around to complete his lap for the final time in qualifying. Can he take pole from Cooper Akers? He's on 30.46. He does not go faster. Does not. Stays on 30.46. JB DJ is coming to complete his lap. Can he jump up a place here as he comes over the line in a 30.48, which is also his best time? Not quite good enough to improve against Pashak. It's just 2 100ths behind him. Paul Hurley is on a lap to complete as well. He's not going to finish it, unfortunately. He ran a 31.4, so he's not going to usurp Scott Malcolm as he decides to go across the gravel, as is everyone else. And qualifying comes to an end. Okay. So we'll just pop that down there for now. That is my bits and bobs. Right then. Okay, let's run through the results from qualifying. It's just flipped over for me. Thank you very much. Just waiting for that to kick in. So is the qualifying results for the 5 pro drivers tonight? Our first over 29.652. Logan McKenzie's 178. Sorry, 0.178, and down 1.226 behind Tom Woodcock and John Brown, rounding out the pros and the pro-ams. A bit more of a healthier grid here. We've got a few more cars there. Got 12 drivers on track. We've got Cooper Akers taking the pole there with 30.2. Another 2.5 seconds back, so 2.5 tenths back is Mikhail Pashek. JB Dijou just a short distance behind him at 2.69 back. Sorry, 0.269. And Tony Walker was just behind him as well, just 3 thousandths behind JB Dijou. And Stuart Gibbons also a tenth back on Tony Walker. Dan Lewis finished just over a tenth behind, or just under a tenth behind Stuart Gibbons there. Fraser Elphick was also hunting Daniel Lewis, and also Craig Walters at 0.385. Lewis Delmont 0.417 behind Craig Walters, and Dick Crowther 0.439. It's very tight, even though there's people there just pointed to the results there. It's very, very tight. Everyone's still within a few tenths of each other. Neil Stevenson and Kevin round out the 12th position, 11th, 12th positions there in the division, but so only 0.5 behind the leaders. And we'll just show you the AMs from quality before we bring in the grid. Here we go. Scott Malcolm, 31.1, Paul Hurley, 0.362 behind, and Andy Littler, 1.456 behind them. Okay. Just hide them away. Let's go to the grids. This is what you really want to see. This is the overall grids end for the start of race 1, heat 1 tonight of round 4 of the Mid-Ohio leg of the SRL League Season 8. Pole sitter, again this season, is Arthur Fertel, 129.652, chased down by Logan McKenzie. Adam Delmont occupies third with Tom Woodcock on fourth. Cooper Akers, the highest pro-am, out-qualifying the 5th pro of John Brown, who is 6th. Mikhail Pashek and JB Dijou occupy row 4 in 7th and 8th. Tony Walker and Stuart Gibbons are 9th and 10th. Daniel Lewis, Fraser Elphick 11th and 12th. 13th place is Craig Walters and Lewis Delmont. Dick Crowther and Neil Stevenson are 15th and 16th. While we got Kev Aylett occupying with the first of the AMs of Scott Malcolm and 17th and 18th. And row 10 is Paul Hurley and Andy Littler, completing our 20-car field for this grid position. What can we expect from this race? Who knows? That is the we've got the first 2 cars coming onto the grid. We get everything set up for you guys on track. Just go around the grid here. As the lights and revs pick up, we're going to go a little movement at the back of the grid. I'm going to go green any second. Go, 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 and they're off. And a good launch from all the cars there down to the first corner. Alpha Fertile leads them through the opening turn 1 there as the cars round through. Nothing crazy, no one's run too wide, a few wheels on the dirt, but absolutely fine as the cars go down to keyhole for the first time in the first heavy braking zone of this race 1, heat 1. A little bit of contact there as Gibbons at the back of Dan Lewis got into the back of Stuart Gibbons there. We'll have to check that one out as the race progresses. The cars run down towards another pinch point of turn 4. Tricky one as we see John Brown looking for an inside line down there. Tom Woodcock. Top 3 got away pretty much as they qualified. Tom got ahead of Cooper Akers, who had a terrible start, went back 3 places at the start of that one there. And there is Cooper Akers there, just keen to recover his 3 places, but now 2 places lost. Hunting down JB DJ, who takes over the Pro-Am lead of this race. As the cars head towards Thunder Valley. Here is Mid-Ohio Sports Car. And the carousel back to Fraser Elphick. Cars are nicely bunched up. It's a tricky corner, you get it wrong. The car gets a good run through there. You'll be chasing everyone down as we complete the first racing lap. Alpha Fertile in the lead of Logan McKenzie, Delmont, Woodcock, Brown, Jaget, Cooper Akers, Hashek, Walters, Crowther and Hurley making big gains there up to 8th place. And Scott Malcolm also making gains of 5th place, up to 5 places up to 13th. And we see a car going to the right, which is Scott Malcolm looking up the inside of Paul Hurley, Vance for the AMs. Back on board with Mikulash Pashek. He's going to be looking for a way possibly around Cooper Akers as we use our PTZ. Have a look behind. It's all pretty tight there. We're not going to see too much from there though. Jump back there. No one's making any moves there. It's the thing. It's all about patience. And parking your car in the right place. Cameron doesn't know who's to pick up with. On board with Kevin and Scott Malcolm there. Paul Hurley made a great start. They overtaken a few of his teammates, stable mates there. The cars run through the S's. It's hard on the tyres, Mid-Ohio. You really don't want to scrub your tyres and overheat them because then you'll lose a lot of grip when you need that momentum. These cars run wide through the gravel. Alpha Fertile's maintaining a gap there of just about half a second to Logan McKenzie. He's got a second gap to Delmont at the moment. This is a nice tight battle here with these guys. Scott Malcolm's really keen to hunt down Paul Hurley. See what Scott can make a move here on Paul Hurley. Can he make it stick? Not quite. Neil Stevenson is pushing Kevin Hill, his teammates round, or one of his teammates. He's actually paired with Cooper Akers, who's running in 7th place now. The cars all rush down to turn 4 again. The cars looking to go left and right. Tony Walker, who's dropped 7 places there. Scott Malcolm was under pressure from Kevin at one point. So wonderful shots as we go round. The S is up to Thunder Valley. See the grip. Trying to slide the car too much. And if he's going to looking around the inside there of Scott Malcolm, backed out of it. And this is the thing, it's hard to especially in identical cars, to make the move and get on the power early because everything's so similar. The specs are similar. We've lost Adam Littler and Lewis Delmont. They're both sat on pit lane. Not sure what happened there. Cars are too wide. Tony Walker trying to get on the action as well. Begins to make his base up as he goes past Neil Stevenson. And we jump on board Craig Walters now after watching the back markers there, trying to battle away. And Craig Walters get up on Mikolash Paszek. These are your top 4 Pro-Ams all in a line currently. Just see JBDJs go around and shot at the top there. Cooper Akers, Mikolash Paszek and Craig Walters as they run. It's all very tight. And Craig Walters will be keen to defend from that car there, which is the Audi of Dick Crowther. You don't want that Audi bearing down on you. See the action up ahead. And you see Mick Paszek pushing Cooper all the way through that section there. It is tight. The times are so tight as well. No one's really putting in lap times that are seconds ahead of everyone else. They are just on the limit. Down towards Keyhole. Cars not really varying different lines there. He really got fast line is that late braking, late apex line. The cars run down that long straight with a little kink, which is towards Keyhole. Fabulous angles we got here from our drone cam. Do we see the braking zone for these guys? Hopefully we'll do. We'll stay on board. We do. Ray Walters doesn't quite get alongside. It's such a tricky one to do. To watch from the chopper cam now as they weave their way rounds 4, 5 and 6 into the S's. Heavy trail braking there from Cooper ahead of Paszek. It's good battle though. Walters is sniffing around like he knows best. Make himself known that he's in the window, that he's going to make a move and purchase that free place should a mistake happen. It wouldn't be the first time. And let's come back out on track. Why is he so? The top 4 of the programs still in the line. And still know each other. And even top 5 of the programs, 6 of the programs. Pretty good running from these guys there. All within 2 seconds of each other. From JBDJ down to Fraser Elphick. So this is a good battle to watch right now. Craig Walters is apparently our most exciting driver according to the race director. So he's the one that we need to watch and to keep an eye on apparently. As they come down to turn 4 on the 6th lap. 8 minutes gone, 12 minutes to go. First race is always 20 minutes, second race 25 minutes. Big slide from Fraser Elphick there as he just gives it a full Heinz baked beans into that corner. He needs to keep hold of it on track and keep it on the black stuff. So well done there. Neil Stevenson's on down pit road. Not sure what he's done. He was running behind a few of the guys there. And Lewis Stewart Gibbons after their first corner incident did recover. As the drivers head up towards the front. There was a slide from Paszek. Did he get too close into Cooper and just misjudged the braking? I think he might have done. It wasn't the smoothest bit, and then runs really wide into the carousel as we watch our second drone here, which is up and running into the final section down the start-finish line. But Craig Walters will be going, thank you very much for that freebie. I have cashed that check. Turn 1 is the next corner. And Cooper running wide, feeling the pressure and takes a cone of him, spits it out into Craig Walters. And then deposits into the middle of the track for everyone else. As we See, Craig Walters really putting Cooper under pressure. Cooper be watching that rear view mirror. And now Dick Crowther is always watching and waiting to punish. As the cars hurtle down to turn 4. JBDJ has had a little gap increase here in his Pro-Ams. Now, we haven't seen the leaders for a while, so we're going to jump over to the leaders in a second. Here we go. They are very close on track. Arthur Fertel and Logan McKenzie. Being kept on as bound Delmont, who is about another second behind Logan here. 2 Velos up front, looking very confident, very secure in their driving right now. Is this not a Honda OP track? You've got 2 Velos up at the front there. You can just see Tom Woodcock, John Brown are in pretty close proximity. Logan will be keen to potentially get by here. We'll jump onto the roof cam of Mr. Fertel and look back at Logan McKenzie there into the braking point for turn 1. See Delmont there sniffing around. He knows he can get a place if he pushes hard enough. Good run there through turn 1 by McKenzie into Keyhole, making a move, just showing the inside line. Oh, he's coming up there, very close to the rear there. It's calls for 1 camera and 1 camera only. And 1 on the floor. As they run down the long straight to turn 4 again. It is a bona fide overtaking spot. You've just got to make it stick and be brave. A good defence from Arthur, gets the line right, but Logan just bunching up a little bit more. Adam Delmont's coming back into this a little bit. You just see the physical gap getting closer and closer. There's one thing these Velos are good at, though. It is straight line, though. So down that straight, they do push on really, really well. We're 11 minutes 40. We're into the final 8 minutes. A bit of a slide from Logan there. That's going to bring Adam Delmont back in. And Arthur just a little bit of breathing room as they come through Thunder Valley up towards the carousel. You can see that gap there of how much different it is now. I mean, Adam Delmont is now in play for Logan McKenzie as they come round to start another lap, which is now lap 9 of this race. 8 minutes to go. You can see Tom Woodcock and John Brown running very close together there. We're going to come back to what it thinks is the most exciting any second. There we go. It's Dick Crowther. Got Pashak and Fraser Elphick still for company behind there. JBDJ still with a little bit of breathing room over Cooper Akers, who's still got Craig Walters all over him in every possible opportunity to get past. He'll be letting him know with every means possible that he wants to get past and try and force the mistake. Paul Hurley still running up in 7th place. He's about 7 seconds off this pack as we see. As the camera decided to go walkabouts here, sorry. When you're trying to tell the guys, get off that camera view, we don't need you anymore. And they thought, no, it's too good to put down. But Paul Hurley up 7 places. Scott Malcolm up 3. They'll be absolutely enjoying themselves here. Show the groups as they are on the grid. See flashing lights there. Fertel, Logan McKenzie and Delmont, Woodcock, Brown in the pros, and JBDJ, Cooper Akers, Walters, Crowther, Pashak, Elphick, Walker, Gibbons, Aylett and Lewis, and Hurley, Malcolm and Littler in the AMs. It is tight. This is what you want to see. This is exactly what it needs to be. The cars come down, turn 1 again. No one's really made any moves in the last few laps. It's all been pretty tight. They have an event log that logs all the overtakes, and unfortunately we've had no on-track overtakes for a while. As Fraser Elphick nearly goes into the back of Mishkalas Pashek. That would have been an interesting post-race one. That would have been if that had come off. You done that for me. There we go. But it has definitely slowed down a little bit now. So no real close on-track battles really happening. That's forcing mistakes. Woodcock has gapped John Brown a little bit in the further up in that bottom of the pros. Okay, Vayner's got past Scott Malcolm. Obviously, he still thinks that we're not exciting enough. We get an overtake somewhere on the track and it goes, no, but here we go. Now it thinks they're exciting. We are 4 cars deep here. Dan Lewis is pushing Scott Malcolm up the straight there. It's been decided off the pace this weekend. We go back to Deck Crowther. Something a bit more exciting in his Blade Designs livery. Pashek is looking a bit closer, but runs off wide. That will be an off track as we go back to these guys along the start finish line. We've got 5 minutes to go, 4.5 to be exact. It's a keyhole. Tony Walker is just in front of Kev. Tony Walker would expect to be higher up as well. So these two seem to have good battles all through the season. Tony Walker is down 5 places from the beginning of the race. Arthur Furtle and Logan McKinsey are still pretty close up at the front. So let's go back to them and see what's happening up front there. You can see it's tight because Delmont is right there as well. Keeping them all honest. Into the carousel, which is turns 12 and 13. Velo, other tyres started to come off in terms of grip. We don't know yet, but it's very, very close. They're all within 1.2 seconds of each of these top 3. And keep each other very, very honest. Into turn 1. Up towards Keyhole. The action's hotting up. Logan looking to get really deep and put some pressure on there. The next gen green livery of Adam Delmont's in 3rd place currently. Currently has the fastest time of them all actually, for 30.00. So fastest guy on track. But can he take that pace and use it into an overtake? We shall find out. Into turn 4. We've got a little bit of traffic coming up here. I'm not sure who it was, but a little door left open there by Arthur. Logan did think about it, and nope, not the time or the place. Got to be patient here. Got to force the mistake, force a slide under braking, force a bounce off the curb when you don't want it to. As they come into Thunder Valley, tricky right hand up the hill, use a curb on the inside to turn. That is a Neil Stevenson, just an average sim racer looking car there. Just running around in the back at 18th place, 11th in class. We've lost Lewis Delmont from the overall running. He has not come back on track. Will not score any points. Arthur Furtle will have 2 more laps. 2 more laps as Neil Stevenson pulls over to the left to let them by. Nicely done, Neil. Thank you very much for that for the leaders. I'll be happy to see that. Round turn 1. The penultimate lap has begun. We watch the leaders come away, try and get something done. Cooper Akers and JB DJ are still 1 and 2 in that program with Craig Walters and Deck Crowther. Fraser Elphick and Miklas Pashek, because Fraser did get Pashek. And we did, yeah, didn't want to give us that, but he didn't. Something happened further back there. Pashek to drop behind Fraser. Cars run down towards turn 4. McKinsey keen to put more pressure on Arthur. Arthur's looking very confident, very secure though. Now, Hyundai Veloster looking very dependable. Very, very robust in its handling. Thunder Valley. This train of the top trio is about to start the last lap of this Heat 1 race, of round 4 of this SRL TCR League race. Into the carousel. go. The white flag will be waving. We can't see it on the screen there, but it will be out. Houston's into the pit lane again. Not really sure what for though. See Woodcock and Brown just in the back there. And McKenzie got a little bit out of shape and just had to check up there against Delmont. Oof. That was a bit tight. Not sure quite who was expecting that. Probably Delmont is giving off. And Fertile again, a bit more of a nice breathing room down this straight. The Velos have got some legs on them, but you just fall back a bit. It's not going to help you when you need that run. Turn 4. Delmont's making a move. Ooh. He's still there. He went for glory, but the braking point was just a bit too similar to the Honda Civic there. And the Hyundai Veloster. It was Fertile. As these cars come round to complete the race, our Fertile looking nicely assured of that first. And Delmont got a nice, what looked like a bit of a slide on there, but got away with it. Checkered flag is being prepared and being ready to be waved as we watch Arthur Fertile take the checkered flag for the win, and overline second for Logan McKenzie, and Adam Delmont in third. Tom Woodcock brings it home in fourth. Good performance of him, and John Brown right behind. JBJ wins the Pro-Ams with Cooper Akers right behind the second. Greg Walters third, Dick Crowther fourth, and Fraser Welfick holds off Miklas Pasek for the fifth place there. Paul Hurley, he's got Stuart Gibbons right behind him. Of the seventh place class of Gibbons, and that's a win for Paul Hurley in the AMS. Good job for you, sir. Tony Walker holds off Kev Aylett for 8th and 9th in class. Daniel Lewis brings it home ahead of Scott Malcolm there in second in class. So that was a good overall race, they say. Oof. Not a lot of action on track, but I'll tell you one thing. There was stuff going on. Now we need to just check, is it lap 1 Daniel Lewis is, we just need to just check that one out quickly. Let's load you up. We're going to shop again. You got a good start. It was very much in contention at the front there as they raced down towards the keyhole corner. Let's have a look at this turn 1 incident where the results are just prepped and verified. Very deep in for the Audi there. Just clips the back of Stuart Gibbons. Have a concertina inside. We've got cars backing into each other. Oh, yep, that was a little bit careless into turn 2 keyhole there, you would say. I'm not sure really what happened there with that. It was on track. JBJ went off track. I mean, this is just an off track. Chris, we've got to be careful here. This is. Yep. We're going to get a lot of these. This is Stuart Gibbons passing Andy Littler down into turn 4. Yep, thank you very much. He'll do that nicely with Lewis Delmont. Also getting in on the action here. It's too wide on, just taps the rear right of Andy Littler and into the wall they both go. And that was why we saw Lewis Delmont retire back to pit road. Tony Walker looking at opportunities to get past drivers as he goes around the outside of Neil Stevenson. Nicely done. And on board of Stuart Gibbons. We had someone off track in front. Neil Stevenson. Did he miss the braking point? Let's have a look at it here. Down to turn 4. Let's get out of it. Clip the back of Tony Walker. Oh, that's why we saw Neil disappear down pit road. Oof, feisty one. Tony Walker battling with Pro-Am rival Kev Aylett. Down to turn 4 again. So turn 4, we're seeing some good overtaking spots. Kev trying to outbrake the Civic. Not going to happen. Went a little bit deep himself. Left the door wide open, and Tony Walker was like, I will have that very, very much. Mikhail Pashek shown as an off-track here. Let's have a look. Into the back of Neil Stevenson, I think that was. That was Cooper Akers. That was back of Cooper. That would have been a little bit careless, a bit clumsy, some might say. But it was okay. He was the one who came off the worst for it. You'll be careful of people's different braking areas there. Kevin and Tony Walker again. These two having a bit of a ding-dong race there. Should go around the outside of Tony Walker. You've got Scott Malcolm and Paul Hurley in front. Them two getting quite close there. I'm going to stay with it. Car's running wide. This is a good battle. Down into turn 4. This is where Kev would have got about Scott actually saying that. Just yep, nice. That being brave, innit, for VS's and just getting on the gas early. Everyone's running really close there. Andy Littler had an excursion off track. Turn 4. So easy to do. So easy to do. Dick Crowther and Mikhail Pashek. Oof. Contact. Door to door. That Honda looked like it had been depth charged out of the way there. And then the final one, which is Dan Lewis and Scott Malcolm battling hard towards the end of the race. So this is a very raw position, so more bragging rights than points or anything. So yeah, absolutely crazy. Right then, we will bring up the results for you in a second from Heat 1. Okay. Hi-ho. You watch the SRL branded livery of Dan Lewis rolling round. Results of Heat 1. Here we go. Paul Hurley with the winner. Well, 10 seconds over Scott Malcolm and Andy Littler in the AM division. Well done, Mr. Hurley. Solid performance from you there. And Littler just a lap down, unfortunately, a few incidents, but still kept going. Get the points on the board. He still scored points for that position. Good job, sir. Pro-Ams. Mega contested battle there. JB Dejoux claiming his first class win of the season, I believe. Good performance from him. Cooper Akers highlighting his championship credentials this season with a confident second place, just 0.4 behind JB there. Craig Walters kept him busy all the way through that race of 0.857 behind him. And Dick Crowther just 2 seconds further back, topping off the top 4. Fraser Elphick, strong performance from him in that first race. Really good to see him back battling hard at the pace. And Mikhail Pashek, a few incidents there. Dropped him down the order to 4.8 seconds off the guys. In 6th place, Stuart Gibbons, Tony Walker and Kev contested that with the 7th, 8th and 9th, a few seconds apart. And Dan Lewis finished a few bit further back there, rounding up top 10 with Neil Stevenson just getting to 75% points on the board. Or race completion for the points. Lewis Delmont unfortunately will not score points after retiring 11 laps from the end. Very hotly contested pro-ams there. There's always a battle going on. With the pros, the 5 pros that took to the track for Heat 1, we see Alpha Fertile coming out winner over Logan McKinsey by almost 1 second there, and Adam Delmont 1.3 back. Woodcock and Brown were pretty much tractor and trailer all the way around that race, finishing just 5/10 apart. Not bad going after 14 laps. Pretty good going there, gentlemen. Right, we will take a short break, and then we'll get ready for race 2, the 25-minute feature race, coming to you shortly on SRL TV. And welcome back. This is Heat 2, the feature race of the SRL TCR League Season 8 Round 4, Week 4 from the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. The full layout is undulating 13 turns, challenging each drivers, and this race will certainly be the challenge. Top 15 are reversed for this second race, so if you won the last race, you'll be starting 15th. And as if you are Kev Elliott, if you finish 15th, you will be taking the pole. Hunting Kev Elliott down from second place on the grid is Tony Walker, with Stuart Gibbons and Paul Hurley making up the second row. Mikhail Pashek and Fraser Elphick there on the third row, 5th and 6th, with 7th place of Dick Crowther and Craig Walters. Let's shuffle you down a bit more so we can... Cooper Akers starts 9th for JB DeJay, 10th. 11th place, the first of the pros, John Brown and Tom Woodcock. Adam Delmont, 13th. Logan McKinsey, 14th. And Arthur Fertel in 15th, who was our race winner overall out. And also the pro race winner. He is joined on row 8 by Daniel Lewis, starting at 16th. And we'll round out the final 4 drivers on the starting line there. Scott Malcolm in 17th, Andy Littler 18th, Neil Stevenson 19th, and Lewis Delmont starting in 20th. Let's remind of our race conditions. It's a little more overcast now than it was earlier on. It's also later in the day. It's going to be a nice sunset, moody finish for everyone here as we complete ourselves there and get the grid up and running. Get you guys up and running anytime soon. As the revs go green. Logan McKenzie spinning his tyres. And away they go. Go, 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 go. The grid. Down to turn 1. Kevin and Stu Gibbons, side by side. Gibbons got the jump. Beautiful start from everyone there. As the car's career around turn 1. No incidents caused there. Like a good start for everybody. As Kev takes the lead down to turn 2. Gibbons. We've got Tony Walker side under a pass check there. Paul Hurley going in nicely deep. Good start there from Kevin from the pole on the grid. But Stuart Gibbons right behind him. We've got an excellent run out of Keyhole. Fraser Elphick doing well there to get into making some places up. As the cars hurtle their way down to turn 4. 2 wide, cars moving into the braking zones. It's Cooper Akers and Neil Stevenson going around the outside. JBJ being caught on the inside and being left to hang out to dry a little bit there. That is Adam Delmont on the inside of JBJ. 2 wide through. This is a little bit of unsettledness there from JB DeJay. As they come down to Thunder Valley, the double right-hander. John Brown sniffing all over the rear of JB DeJay. The 2 JBs on track together. Tom Woodcock is right behind John Brown. We're still at a couple of places up front there. We've got Gibbons who stopped with Tony Walker. Everyone else is still in a good position there. Paul Hurley dropped 2. Dick Crowther's up 2. Pashek up 1. Big riser is Logan McKinsey up 5. So far, no incidents in the first lap. We've got someone diving down pit road. John Brown. Did he have a jump start? I'm sure we'll check that at the end of the race. That'd be disappointing for him if he did. The cars go through turn 1. Paul Hurley and Logan McKinsey going straight through into the keyholes. Craig Walters having a little sniff on the outside there. That is Paul Hurley with Logan McKinsey going to go on the inside. Can Paul Hurley get around there? Paul Walters and Am showing the pram how to do it. Nope, but Paul Hurley's left the door wide open for Logan McKinsey as they rejoin. That's a good bit of driving there. And Logan McKinsey makes the move after keyhole and is up 6 places from the start of the track. We've got Lewis Delmont off track somewhere. If he's rejoined safely, we're all good. Now Paul Hurley is defending from Adam Delmont. He goes up the inside into turn 4. And he switched back now, but Paul Hurley and Arthur Fertel was coming through. These programs are So his pros are looking to carve their way through the field very quickly because they know how hard it is. Up front, we've still got Kev Aylett ahead of Stuart Gibbons and Tony Walker and Mikołaj Paszek. Nick Crowther is also there. He is a train of cars up at the front. You can see him just going off into the distance there. There's a lot going on. A lot of sniffing around. We join on board with the cars disappear around turn 1. The action is tight. Paul Hurley. Cooper Akers. So, was that Cooper Akers? Yep, Cooper Akers scurrying down the inside of him there. As we use our wonderful rotating camera there. Was he under threat from anyone else behind him? Too wide behind. JBJ and Tom Woodcock battling away. Down the straight, too wide. They're still too wide up ahead. McKinsey looking for Walters. JBJ make the move on Woodcock, and Woodcock make the move on DJ. They do not. Oh, a little bit deep there. Woodcock still on the outside of JBJ. A little bit of contact. Fair's fair though. Oh, a little tap on the rear front, was that? No, not quite. It's all very tight. Paul Hurley offering up, and then we go back to Paszek. He's hunting down Tony Walker in front, who is in turn hunting down Stuart Gibbons, who is in turn hunting down Kev Aylett. As these top 4, 5, 6 cars of all programs, 7 cars of Craig Walters are all tractor trailering and training now all the way forward. It's a wily old bunch, these lot. You can see Arthur Fertel just hooking onto the back of this, along with Adam Delmont and Logan McKinsey. To the pros are joining the travels here. We're still only 5 minutes into the race. Now, can Stuart Gibbons make a move? Kev Aylett. Not quite. Tony Walker will be looking to get past Gibbons as well. We've got 4 Hondas up at the front with the first Audi in 5th place of Dick Crowther there as the cars hurtle their way down the back straight. Stuart Gibbons looking to go wide here. Can he make the move on Kev Aylett onto the first corner? Onto turn 4. Kev on the inside. Can he get me to switch back here for Gibbons? Not quite. Real reversal. Kev will hold the inside line for this next corner. Good placement there. And they go through the S's. Ooh, a bit of a hip check there from Paszek, but fine. He had the inside line on Crowther. It's tight. As hustle and bustle, expect there to be aggression. The cars go through Thunder Valley. Dick Crowther in that Audi. Kev takes the long way round the outside of Thunder Valley just to retain position, so the pressure is on. We go into the carousel. Everyone taking a roughly similar, and Paszek going into Walker. Contact. Oof. We're not sure quite how that happened there, but they come out of it okay as we jump on board. Crowther and Paszek really battling hard. Paszek on the brakes. We see Walker just slowing up a bit early there, but gets a fast run out. We've got a car going off onto the left, and I think it was Stuart Gibbons. It was Stuart Gibbons. Oh, and Stuart Gibbons has dropped it. That's going to kick out a bit of breather as the cars go too wide. Here comes Fraser Elphick up the inside of Dick Crowther. Little tap on Crowther, slides him wide, but got away there. There's still battling, there's still contact behind. Absolute wonderful bit of racing going on between them. Too wide here. McKinsey and Delmont pushing along. Walters slots in between them and Fertel. Kev's got some breathing room to Walker, but can Walker use some of that pace to his advantage? As Fraser Elphick now hunting down Paszek, and he'll be wary of the fast guys coming through. Can Kev up at the front there get some distance between him and Walker? He's got a second gap. I think it is at the moment. Might be 2 seconds. Just checking it out. Not just a second. And that gap is coming down quickly. Cars run their way through Thunder Valley. A bit of dust in the air. Fraser Elphick looking quick. He's certainly hooked onto the back of Pasek's rear now. The cars run round the carousel. Walker has certainly gained on Kevin up at the front there. So run around. We're on board with Logan McKenzie from a distance. Round the keyhole. It is just one long train of cars. No one wants to make a mistake. No one wants to be that car that makes the mistake. Unfortunately, we lost Stuart Gibbons to a crash. We lost Deck Crowther as well. We didn't see when that happened. Oh, so both Blaze Designs cars have unfortunately come a cropper in this race. You can just see the battle. He comes inside there, forceful from Logan McKenzie, but he's going to have to do this the fairway. Mick Fraser off got inside. Great move from Fraser to shut that door on Logan McKenzie. Little flash of lights from Logan to say, come on, man, you didn't need to do that. But this is all about position. Points are the same for everyone. The higher you up you finish, the more points you get. It's not separate for divisions. Fraser will be very keen to set that marker down. He's got the pace. He's coming back into touring car racing after a decent break. We've got a car going up the inside round the final corner. So switch back through 13 onto the start-finish line there. McKenzie and Fraser coming into turn 1. Kev's still got that lead. He's given a bit more of a gap here now to Tony Walker. So Walker was watching Pasek in the rearview mirror as they go too wide down into the first corner. Delmont and Fertel. Fertel's just squeezed past Delmont. McKenzie's looking to get past Elphick. Goes round the long way. Not quite. Pasek hunting down. McKenzie chopping the front nose off there of Adam Delmont as we jump on board. You can see Delmont and Fertel behind. They run down. Does they make that move, Fertel or Delmont, as they come back into the switchback? Oh, I'll tell you one thing. You can't put anything between them. Fertel on the inside. This is close racing, door to door between those two. Fabulous driving. Absolute fabulous. McKenzie and Elphick. McKenzie still can't get past Elphick. And Elphick is still pushing Pasek. It's 0.47 as a gap between Walker and Ayla up at the front there. And this is really, action really is tight. So we're going to stay with this battle. Because when it's this tight, you always know something could potentially happen at any point. We run round the start-finish line. Start lap number 8. 10 minutes in. It's flown by these first 10 minutes. Kev still with the lead, and here comes Pasek up the outside of Walker. It's tight and rear. Oh, contact at the back of Elphick there. Was that net code? I'm not really sure, but there was a big contact. Oof. And Elphick was one-way ticket to the barriers there. I don't think you're going to get a package holiday on that one, unfortunately. Coming down, Fertel taking to the grass. Delmont holding off McKenzie. Fertel's there. They're all the top 3 guys, and we're too wide with Walker and Pasek. We're going to jump on board these guys. There's a slide behind. We didn't see it. I think it was just a slide. We're on board with Walker here. Well, Pasek hit the back of Walker there. Why are you flashing your lights for Pasek? It was definitely not an overtaking spot. That's going to drop him right back there. McKenzie up the inside of Pasek from a distance. Don't know if it's quite going to work that way. Pasek just scuttling past McKenzie there. Just with Arthur Fertel as a car smoking in the pit lane. That is Fraser Elphick. On board with Arthur Fertel. Hunting down McKenzie still. Delmont has dropped back. I can't see Delmont on the timing screen either. No, Delmont's gone. There was a slide we heard. We didn't see it, but we'll check that out after the race. There's a train of cars. Pro-Ams, mixed with pros. Paul Hurley is back in 10th place there, so he's still hanging on to the back of these guys here. Let's run through the order as we go. We've got Aylett in the lead with Walker, Pashek, McKinsey, Fertel, Walters, Akers, Woodcock, DJ and Hurley rounding out your top 10. He's swapping with Mr. Neil Stevenson, Mr. Hurley as well there. Daniel Lewis is in close comfort with those guys. Craig Walters was in 6th place on track and 4th in class. He'll be keen to capitalise on his great first race. Don't have any dramas in front, but there's a bit of a stretch of a lead here between Aylett and Walker. But Walker has reeled Aylett in the last lap. Aylett's last lap was a 31.0 while Walker's was a 30.7, so 3 tenths quicker. Pashek was another 4 tenths quicker, so these guys are going to be pushing hard. Walker and Aylett going into the keyhole. See McKinsey all over the back of Pashek. So Arthur's not really closed up on McKinsey here, which is not as much as I would have assumed he would have. Here comes McKinsey. Can he get past Pashek? This is obviously points. You know, they can cement their class win, but don't want to settle for that. You lose points by sitting behind. There's shuts the door aggressively on McKinsey there. All fares out into the switchback on the left-hander. Walker is right up the bumper of Kev Aylett for the race lead and class lead. Craig Walters is right on the back of this 4-car mini group. So round the carousel. Sorry, from the valley up towards the carousel. Oh, flash of lights from behind. I think that was Mr. Woodcock on Cooper Acres. This is slide. We got up at the front of the lead here. Walker and Aylett side by side as they come to turn 1. Come on, Mr. Cameraman. Thank you very much. Shopper cam, we can just see him up ahead there. Side by side, these two go. This is wonderful racing from Pashek and Aylett. Sorry, from Walker and Aylett here. McKinsey coming up against Pashek. Walker comes up the inside and makes the move stick on Aylett. Nicely, Kev just coming back. A little bit of contact, but he got away with it now. Backed out of it nicely. Here comes Pashek looking to get a run down. And they're going to, Aylett and Walker are going to follow in. Come twice. Oh, there's contact on the back there. How quick is Aylett? He's been pushed out by Pashek. Not sure how that happened, but that's huge contact. Huge contact. Just pushed Pashek down a few places there on Logan McKinsey and Arthur Fertel. It's one for the highlight reels later on. Not sure how that happened. Did someone come down? Did someone put the nose in? We will not find out until after the race, no doubt. Tony Walker has the outright lead now, though, after getting the move done at the keyhole. Can he hold off Logan McKinsey and Arthur Fertel for the overall win? That's the next battle. As the cars come up Thunder Valley towards the final carousel corner. Still a lot of pros and ams mixed in this. Kev Aylett is still going. No meatball showing on any scoring board, so somehow managed to avoid serious damage to keep running. See if he can carry on going from where he is. As Tony Walker now is looking to hold off Logan McKinsey with Arthur Fertel and Mikhail Pashek occupying that second place in class now. See the class split on the screen there for you all. So Walker, Pashek, Walters, Akers, DJ, Stevenson, Lewis and Aylett occupy the positions there in the Pro-Am. And then McKenzie, Fertile, Woodcock, Brown and Delmont, top 5 pros, and then Hurley, Malcolm and Littler. All in the same lap still, very close as well in those AMs. So pushing each other hard as we see Pashek holding off Walters. Cooper Akers lurking behind, and Tom Woodcock also there. They would have seen their teammates disappear into the grass on the previous lap and wonder what happened there. Can they do some kind of revenge by overtaking on track to claim some points back? We shall find out as the race progresses. As we have 8 minutes remaining, so 7 minutes remaining now, as the cars thunder down towards Thunder Valley. The lights are on board with Pashek, who is apparently the most exciting driver on track at the moment. Logan McKenzie has got past. We did actually see it happen. McKenzie and Arthur Fertile both got past Walker on the last lap. We'll pick that up in the highlights, no doubt, at the end of the race. See Fertile there. No damage seems to have happened for Pashek from that incident. So maybe there's a little bit of net code or something similar. We don't know. Walters gets right up the backside there of Pashek, as these pros and pro-ams are seriously mixed around. We rotate the camera around. How close is he to the back of Tony Walker? That is your class leader for the pro-am. So we've got 1, 2, 3 and 4 all in a line down to turn 4 with McKenzie and Arthur Fertile running tight there. This is your pro-am battle. JB DJ just trying to sneak onto the back of us as well. Tom Woodcock will be sitting 3rd place on the podium at the moment for the pros at the back of his pro-am train. We're keen to see if he can work his way past as well to get some more points on the board. The cars run down to the carousel. Fertile and McKenzie are very tight to each other as they were in the first race, and they've basically done a top reverse 15 here themselves. Both Logan's made the place up against Arthur, so slightly better off, you'd say. You see Woodcock and Cooper battling away at the back there. Big Walters on the back of Pashek still. Looking to go over the inside of Pashek. Contact, and Pashek came down on him there. Ooh. A little bit of contact. Cooper Akers and Tom Woodcock still side by side. Down through the back straight into turn 4, coming up the heavy braking zone. Velo versus Honda. The Honda can outbrake better than the Velo. Can they make it stick? Cooper making a good pace through that corner there. They're going to make it stick through the left-hander of 5 into the right-hander of 6. It's all about car positioning. Can you make it stick? Woodcock didn't quite see it there. Just slides his way through into the S's. But Cooper came back in at Thunder Valley. Can they hold off each other? Some great racing there from their teammates of Cooper and Woodcock. We're still watching this battle of Walters and Pashek for the 2nd place on the podium. Tony Walker has got himself a nice little gap against Pashek still. Cars rotate themselves through the carousel. A wide line there from Pashek, considering that corner's flat out. Into turn 1. Both nowhere near the apex, but the 2 JAS team cars behind were very close to that apex and running on the yellow, Kirby on the inside, maximising their power through the corner, and they run on the straight into the keyhole corner. Walter's very late on the brakes, so he can be in the Honda, hunting down at number 13 of Mikhail Pashek, who is just about a second behind Tony Walker, who's further up the road in the lead of the Pro-Ams. He'll do nicely after starting 3rd or 2nd on the grid. I think it's 3rd. Walter's just giving us a bit of breathing room against Cooper. JBDJ is slowly creeping up start playing that Jaws music, because he's going to be there soon, and he's battling out. We've got 3 minutes to go of this 25-minute race, and it's absolutely flown by. Jump back towards the leaders in a second. Here we go. Straight into the final corner there. McKinsey and Fertile. Still got Tony Walker for company. He's not exactly off the back of these two. So showing his pace that we know he's got. Doing a fine job of it as well. Looking to get a Pro-Am overall podium here. It'd be nice to see. Tom Woodcock is still battling back for the 3rd place on the Pro podium. The cars come down the keyhole there. It's kind of settled down a little bit, but it's a nice train of cars still in the same shot for the top 7, top 8 there. So you see Fertile and McKinsey again. These two might as well have a hook between them, because there's not much there to separate them as they come down to turn 4. Through the kink. Tony Walker in hot pursuit still. You can hear him. There he is. So just sorry in the way of the camera, because it goes around and how quickly they go through these S's. But nothing give you the shot of running at speed through here with the piercing lights of Arthur Fertile's Veloster and Logan McKinsey. Get a really good run through Thunder Valley there actually as they come down towards the carousel. Very close to the wall there, both cars. If you're not hitting the wall, you're not going fast enough. Into the carousel, taking different lines slightly, but all about the late apex on the power early into 13. This is the last lap of the race as they come along the start-finish line. This is the white flag lap now. Can Logan McKinsey hold on to claim the win over Arthur Fertile and Tony Walker? Tony Walker's still there. He dropped just about a half a second further back. Mikolash Paszek in second place in the Pro-Ams. He's got a gap to Craig Walters. Cooper Akers and Tom Woodcock can't separate those guys still as they come over the line in 6th and 7th. Over the timing line, that is. JBJ, sorry. Still get his name wrong sometimes. It's just dropped off the back of the Woodcock battle with Neil Stevenson fighting back into 9th place. He's done really well in his second race to as Tom Woodcock resorts to flashing Cooper Akers to try and put him off. Paul Hurley doing really well up in 10th place there as the leading AM. Scott Malcolm in 2nd place in the AMs in 13th overall. Andy Little doing really well in 15th. Unfortunately, our Pulsar to Kev for the second race is down in 14th place after being incident filled with Mikolash Paszek, which is something we'll look back on and see what exactly happened. As the leaders now back to the front with Logan McKinsey. Arthur Fertile into the final corner. Checkered flag is out and ready to rave for Logan McKinsey. Wins the feature race with Arthur Fertile and Tony Walker coming home 1, 2, 3. Mikolash Paszek takes 2nd in the Pro-Ams. Greg Walters 3rd in the Pro-Ams and Cooper Akers 4th. Tom Woodcock takes 3rd in the Pros and JB DJ and Neil Stevenson comping out 9th. And Daniel Lewis will be happy with coming home in 10th place after his horrible first race. Paul Hurley wins the AMs there. Come home. John Brown battling back up to 12th place after his what I assume was a drive-through penalty. The cars come to and then Scott Malcolm 2nd in the AMs. Kev Aylett comes home 14th and the Little in 15th. Fraser Elphick was a lap behind. Well, a few laps behind there. Fraser Elphick, Delmont, Dick Crowther, Stuart Gibbons and then Lewis Delmont are not classified. That was a crazy race. What we're going to do is we are going to find my slow motion button. And shall we go through the results? Before we look at the replays. That's probably not a bad idea, is it? So look at the feature race results. Logan McKinsey comes out the winner by just 0.39 seconds over Arthur Fertile and Tom Woodcock 5 seconds further back there. John Brown actually finishing almost 19 seconds back on them, so it wasn't actually terrible. Adam Delmont not classified 10 laps off after his adventure, which we'll check out very soon. In the Pro-Ams, the results hotly contested as always. Tony Walker, the winner and third on track overall. Nicholas Pashek 1.4, Craig Walters 1.8. Behind, Cooper Akers coming home fourth for good double race results for him. JB DJ first in the last race and fifth in the second race. He would be very happy with those results tonight. Good points all. Neil Stevenson, good solid performance for him, up to sixth. Daniel Lewis recovering to seventh. Kevin finished eighth, so we're pretty happy with that top 10 finish and on the lead lap still after that incident. Halfway through the race roughly. Dec Crowther unfortunately not classified along with Fraser Elphick and Dec Crowther and Stuart Gibbons and Lewis Delmont not classified. The AMs. Always the AMs. Let's look at the AMs. There we go. Paul Hurley, the winner, and also winner of race one, so we have a double for Paul Hurley. Scott Malcolm and Andy Littler all coming home on the lead lap for classifications first, second, and third. They're your AMs. See if I can get as an overall one. Doesn't always play ball the overall. Yeah, no. Let's the press one button. There we go. And these are your AMs. There's your overall division. Different colours recommended different classes. Green for pros, blue for Pro-Ams, and red for AMs. That's your overall how everyone finished. McKinsey, Fertile, Walker, your top three of tonight's feature race. Strong performance from them. Okay, so we've seen the action live. Now let's have a look at the action that happened from race 2, the feature race. We'll start from the beginning. It was a action-packed start. There's a lot going on. And we'll start with apparently Tony Walker going off track, which was just that bit there. Okay, so that doesn't really count. Craig Walters went off track at the same corner, apparently. Yep. People pushing the limits on the first lap. Yep. Just to make sure they got track position. Tom Woodcock did the same as well. One of the things we need to do, we need to look at John Brown. I just realised I've left on the overlays for you. Sorry. There we go. We need to look at John Brown on lap 1, don't we? Now, apparently he jump started. Didn't look like a jump start, no. That was the talk on the radio. He jump started. So he jumped and went through his drive-through pretty quickly. And he literally went off track apparently. Last corner, not much to really. Lewis Delmont was passing. Stock Malcolm was passing Lewis Delmont. So have a look at this one. You've got Andy Littler in front here. Delmont in the green. It's the back. Score check up. Bit of a wallop from Scott Malcolm on the way through, but that's just checking up, and not much you can do about that really. And he even went and retired off to the pits. John Brown had an off track. In a huge slide there. Not sure what corner that was. Turned 4 into 5? Yeah, I think it was. That was into the carousel. That was turn 12. Eesh. Scary corner to lose it on. So I've got Andy Littler. He was probably just a run wide here. Yep. Scott Malcolm did the same as well. The Hurtle 313. So easy to do and follow the car in front, and that's a long way off track there for Scott Malcolm. Now, I've got a few passes here. Let's have a look at this sequence here. In a case of a few seconds, in 30 seconds, JB DJ and Tom Woodcock pass each other a lot. So we're going to have a look at this battle here. through the end of his lap here. Woodcock is on the outside in the 69. JB DJ in the 621 and Elantra, the only Elantra. As they come down towards the turn 4. Honda versus Hyundai. Getting the draft of Paul Hurley in front, I think that would have been. They're exchanging paint, exchanging moves. Let's have a look. Woodcock coming down, a little bit of a feint to come down tight, but didn't. JB holding his own. Dan Lewis sniffing around behind. This is nice positioning. Woodcock looking to get the drive. But the Elantra's still there. Won't let him turn in. Really good awareness here from Woodcock. Just got the overlap and just slots him beautifully. Well timed to perfection. And Dan Lewis trying to go round the outside there. Oof. Keen to see that rejoin from Dan Lewis. Nice, sensible rejoin. And Kevin off track as well. Probably the same place. Yep, just foot to the floor. Now. We need to have a look at the Stuart Gibbons incident. Stuart Gibbons in second place here at the moment, and they're coming off the curb. Turn 1. Just gets round, just loses it on the curb, off the barriers, rolls into the pack. Oh, good brake holder there, Mr. Gibbons. Unfortunate for Gibbo because he actually had some good pace there, and he retired off to the pits. Dick Crowther got into some contact. Just trying to work out what happened. Yeah. Okay, yep. So we're just gonna find the beginning of this one. There we go. Fraser Elphick on the right, Dick Crowther on the left. The contact in the carousel, bit of looseness. Okay, that's fine. So then what happened? So he had a bit of contact. Not too bad, but he had some damage. He had, if he did, he had some suspension damage, and that's a retirement. Oh dear, that is a shame. Dick Crowther retiring just after Stuart Gibbons retired. So that's an unfortunate result for Blade Designs there. A big excursion. Neil Stevenson battling with the car 12 of Paul Hurley. And it's running out wide. Such an easy track to do, isn't it? Fraser Elphick. 2 wide with Logan McKenzie. Contact. We saw that from a distance on the race broadcast. Oh, a bit of a hip check, he looked like. But the way that car bounced off air was like Zebedee decided to take advantage of it. Arthur Fertile and Logan McKenzie and Lewis Delmont. Lewis Delmont, I think. 37. I'm not sure. You can never tell their numbers on the side of the car. No, it's Adam Delmont. We've got 37 on the roof of the car. Bit of contact. There's a big spin there from McKenzie against Delmont. Oh, wow, we didn't see. That's what happened to him. Oof. Look at closer on here. We weren't expecting to see that. It's just the door open. Wasn't it open? You say Logan's off track. Oh, that's... Yeah. We'll want to be meeting him in the paddock after the race. Unfortunately. We've got really wide. That's where Walker got back at, Kev, isn't it? Yeah. Early on in the race, really strong driving for these two as they come down start-finish line. We're going to stay this battle because the next one up is the incident to talk about. The big incident. Or the high-speed incident that we saw. Good close racing between Walker and Ayla there, trying to switch back. Kevin did get the switch back on, backed out of it because he knew if he carried on he would have turned him round. So he's going to follow the line on the inside. That gap is going to close as the kink comes in. Oh, I tell you one thing. Oh, that's a huge crash, isn't it? That's a huge crash. Just wonder if we get a different angle on this one. I'm just gonna. Don't know how possible it's gonna be. Probably not very well. No. Not about upsetting an entire camera. Oop, put that up. It's the power of the zoom. It's one of those screens, did it need to happen? Was it contact in the worst spot? See, say the track is running out, innit? Some might say, some might not say. We'll let you guys be the judges of that one later on in the steward's room. Craig Walters had a moment. See what that was. Just an off track on the wide there. And that was it. You can see Kevin just running off track again at the end of the race. Yep. He's just getting himself in. Doesn't look like his car was seriously damaged after that. That was a humongous impact onto the barriers. This is about what came to a conclusion near the end as well. Cooper and Woodcock. See Woodcock right around the outside of 4. Trying to hold that place there. 69 on Woodcock, 29 on Cooper. 2 JS liveried cars. Different teams. Same overall team, but not but different teams on track. Really good close racing between them. Turn 4, running down Craig Walters, just fate on the inside. Yeah, it's good. Good racing. Good racing. Right, let's take a look at the results. So we've done the results. We're going to look at the championship. We're going to look at the AMs first. Here we go. So this is the gremlins in the background have decided they've done their hard work and given me the updated points live. And Paul Hurley regains his lead at the top of the AMs, up to 174 points, just pushing Scott Malcolm down to 164 points. Andy Littler jumps to 4th place with a good return of points tonight for him. So good to see another AM in that battle there, and hopefully we'll see some more come back as the season progresses. But good results there for Paul Hurley, Scott Malcolm, and Andy Littler, strengthening their points. In the Pro-Ams, Cooper Akers solidifies his lead at the top. Wonderful performance from him tonight. Some good overall points in the bag. He'll be happy with that. Craig Walters up 3 places into 2nd. 267 points to Daniel Lewis, who drops a place to 264. JB DeJay is on 260. It's tight, isn't it? Neil Stevenson drops a place, 248 points. Miklas Paszek moves up a place to 247. Kevela, big loser tonight, down 4 places to 245. Sure, would love to see that after the incident. Tony Walker up a place to 223. Dick Crowther lost a place to 184, unfortunately not scoring in the second race. And Stuart Gibbons not scoring also in the second race, 10th place overall. Delmont is Lewis, 73 points, did not score points in either race tonight. He retired from both. Fraser Welfick took a good haul of points to move up to 12th. Unfortunately, didn't finish the second race. I think he was just outside classification. Yes, he was. Matthew Downs and Luke Jones did not race tonight again. The pros. Logan McKinsey stays at the top and even extends his lead to 123 points. He's now on 488 points. Arthur Fertel leapfrogs above John Brown there to 365. John Brown to 329. Tom Woodcock, big gains made by him, up 3 places to 278 points. hunting down John Brown now. Adam Delmont disappointed to take home and to lose points tonight. Should really be finishing those races, but that's the name of the game. Sven Winter and Gabriel Bonacorsi, we did not see drop places. Dan Mould, we haven't seen either GJ Corley or Wayne Douglas. I think Zach Liebel we didn't see either. No, we didn't see Jesus Alicon. Alex Murphy didn't see after his debut last week. And Robbie Callahan yet to turn up. Crazy. And then the final one is the SRL Teams Championship. This is one division as always for this. SRL Green, 595 points. Their gap has closed to JS Froome to 557. The Tryhard is also right on the tail of them at 523. Altitude Esports, single man driver. So our first all climbs 2 places to 365 points. And Blade Designs drop a place. That's the Dexon Green. Just for the Pretenders, up 3 places to 7th for 222 points. And Lower Motorsport, thanks to Scott Malcolm, dragging his team into 8th place there. Top 10 is rounded up by Shara Esport and North Sim Racing, who I'm sure we'll see back out on track soon. Work guard by results, newcomer to the league, that's Andy Littler, 11th place straight away with his 49-point haul. So he's going to be very keen to keep that in the bag. Right, that concludes our presentation for tonight. You've seen the highlights, you've seen the drama, you've experienced the thrills and the highs, the lows. What a performance it was. However, next week, the big one. It's Silverstone Legacy, the 2008 layout one. The old GP layout of the touring cars. These cars know so well. Be sure to join us the same time next week, 11 p.m. for the broadcast of that race. You be there or be square, as they say, because we know the action is going to hot up even further at the high-speed Silverstone. So thank you for watching what has been another pleasure to broadcast and host this SRL TCR League Season 8 Round 4. Both races tonight have been full of action, full of close racing, full of tension. And this is what you expect from the premium Friday Night TCR Action League, and that's brought to you by SRL TV. Thank you very much. I've been your host, Kev Aylett. Goodbye.